Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Lucky Money. I hope you're all doing well, and welcome back to another video. This is the third video I've done where I'm talking about all 9 classes, and I'm kind of doing them in order, least favorite to most favorite. And today's episode is about the medic. Now I actually really like the medic a lot. In fact, I don't really have much negative stuff to say. In fact, this is probably the point in the series where most of what I talk about is going to be positive rather than negative. I know with Sniper and Heavy, I spent most of the video kind of talking about a lot of the negative things because I feel like for every positive that I have for Heavy or Sniper, there sort of is like a negative that kind of comes along with it. Like I'll have, I'll say like, oh, with Heavy, it's fun because you get to kill a bunch of people in like short succession and you get to feel super powerful and this and that. But at the same time, it feels like Heavy has this little invisible timer that called the fun meter, and that's going down, and when that runs out, you either get backstabbed, you get headshot, whatever. I feel like with Sniper and Heavy, for everything good I have to say, there's a lot of negative, but with Medic, that's the first class where I really have nothing but positive things to say. In fact, my only real complaint about Medic as a whole is I feel like sometimes the gameplay as Medic can sort of blend together. I don't think it's as bad as, like, I know I've talked about how sometimes it feels like Heavy's gameplay kind of blends together. I don't think it's as bad with the Medic because I find that with Heavy and stuff, when the gameplay starts blending together, you're either doing really good and you have to keep doing what you're doing, which is just stay on the objective and track the enemy very well and make sure you're doing what you're supposed to. And I feel like with Medic, you can sort of get a little bit of a change in gameplay depending on who you're healing. You know, if you're helping a Heavy push a point, you're going to play a certain way. If you're simply just healing your team because they're taking a lot of fire, you're playing a different way. While you're still just healing your teammates and stuff, the way you're going about it, your positioning and everything, it changes really with how other people are playing the game. Maybe you're going to pocket a demo man that's going to go on a killing spree, or maybe you're just going to sit back and you're going to heal a few people that are taking a lot of damage. However you want to look at it, although I do feel like it can blend together sometimes, I do think that there's a bit more variety in there with Medic as opposed to Heavy, at least in my opinion and stuff. But I feel like when it comes to Medic, because Medic is, although there's quite a few classes in TF2 that are pretty support heavy, like Engineer, you can play support as him. Spy and Sniper are in the support category, I suppose. And then other classes have items and stuff that can help heal teammates and stuff. But Medic is the one class that is very strictly support. And as a result of that, I didn't like playing Medic when I was a kid. Because when I was younger, I judged the classes in TF2 based on how many bullets they could shoot at the enemy and how much damage those bullets did, and how easy it was to shoot said enemy with those bullets. So I didn't play a lot of Medic when I was younger, but I've been playing him a bit more as of late, and I'm going to be honest, I feel like Medic is one of those classes where regardless of whether you're winning or losing, playing Medic is always fun. In fact, it's probably more fun to be playing Medic when you're losing, because that just means you get to heal a lot more, and it just feels like there's more to do, you know? When I play Medic, I don't really care about the outcome of a game. I rarely care about the outcome of games in TF2, but very specifically, playing as Medic, it's just one of those situations where it's just, I heal people, and when the opportunity comes, I kill any stragglers or whatever and whatnot as Medic, and I think that's just how I play him. I think that's how everyone kind of plays him, but it's fun. I like it. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of Medic, or not a lot, I should say, but a bit more Medic now, and I've just been having fun with him, you know? And I think one thing that I also really like about the Medic is I really like, as far as support goes, the Medic isn't necessarily helpless combat-wise. I know I did a joking video about the Battle Medic at one point, and although Battle Medic is a very, not really the best way to play Medic, obviously, it's still something where it's like Medic can still be pretty, formidable in combat, I feel like, depending on how you go about situations and stuff. You know, if an enemy or like an enemy scout just runs at you, thinking thinking like they can just take you out and stuff like that, you can still shut the scout down pretty easily, pretty quickly, and you can do that with quite a few different classes. And I think that's just one thing I really like about Medic is that it just like, now obviously I focus primarily on healing and whatnot. However, sometimes it's just fun to like whip out a weapon, whip out your melee or whatever, and then just like random crit whatever enemy is walking at you, and then they just die. Like, it's satisfying, you know? And if you die as medic, like, I usually don't get bothered by that because it's like, well, I mean, it was a medic versus soldier. I didn't have a good chance of winning anyway. But it's those rare occasions when you're able to like kill someone as medic, and it's just super satisfying. I don't know. I feel that way. We talked about it a bit in my sniper video with sniper as well, where it's just super satisfying when you win a fight, like as sniper in a situation you're not supposed to be in. I don't know. I find that stuff satisfying. That doesn't mean it's good for the game. You know, I probably shouldn't be running off in the middle of nowhere trying to kill people as medic, but it's satisfying when it happens, I guess, you know? So, and I one other thing, I feel like also another way I like to play medic is I like to heal. I don't really like, this is going to sound ironic because I have a whole series on this channel dedicated to pocketing certain classes, but I don't really like pocketing as medic very much. I know some people might, some people don't, but I'm more on the side of like, I just prefer to heal as many people as possible, and I try not to stay on different people too long. And the metagun that I like to use for that would probably just be the quick fix. I've complained about this in a few other videos, but I feel like just default metagun, Kritzkrieg, all the other metaguns, they heal too slow for me, and it kind of bothers me, you know, because sometimes in TF2, people take damage pretty quickly, and I really like the quick fix, because you can heal people real quick. Your Uber, although it's really just increasing the speed in which you heal and stuff, it's not really Uber, but Uber charges up a bit quicker. I don't know, the quick fix fits my playstyle a lot more, because that's kind of how I like to play medic. I like to heal people up and then move on to the next person and this and that. So I usually like to use the quick fix primarily as medic. And then I usually use the Blutsauger. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I don't really know. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but I think that's how you pronounce it. I have an Australian one of those that I bought for no reason. That was kind of fun. But I like using that. I think the health regen on it, at least for medic, is really good. Not only is it helpful when you're like in a combat scenario, when you're like dueling someone and stuff, but I also find it's useful if like you're dying as medic and you need to get out of a situation. Sometimes just like turning around and shooting like half a clip of needles into whoever's chasing you, that'll give you just enough health to like get by. And I don't know, I always find that super satisfying. I really like doing that as medic. Usually for melee and stuff, it's pretty interchangeable. Now, I primarily use or at least right now, I'm using the Vitasaw and whatnot, but I'll switch around. Sometimes I use the Amputator, you know, it switches from day to day. I don't really put too much thought into medic's melee, if I'm being honest. For me, I focus a lot more on quick fix and the Blutsauger, and sometimes I'll swap that out for the Crusader's crossbow, or the Blutsauger for the Crusader's crossbow. And obviously, that's also pretty satisfying to use. I like how it just sort of increases the rate which you can heal people. Rather than healing people over a period of time, you can just give them like a sort of a good chunk of health by shooting them with a crossbow. Sometimes you just shoot a crossbow bolt across the map and it's a crit and it just hits a scout on the other side of the map and the scout just dies, and then you can point and laugh as you hit the button to save that as a clip or whatever. I like it when that happens. I always find that to be pretty fun. So I really do like playing medic. I do think the only reason why medic is as far down on the list as he is A, because I really like playing all the other classes just a lot, but B, even though I talked earlier, my only real complaint about the medic is sometimes it can feel a bit samey as medic. I think the only other complaint I have is that outside of, you know, healing people and occasionally like just like going out killing people or whatever if they're in the way or something like that, I find the only thing about Medic that I don't like, I shouldn't say I don't like it, but it's the only reason I don't play Medic very long, is that, like, I feel like there aren't many other play styles you can really do with Medic. You're kind of, when you play Medic, you're locking yourself in as, I'm going to heal people, because if I don't, people are going to get mad at me, you know? Where it's like, sometimes if I just get into a server and I pick Soldier, I can do whatever I want as Soldier. No one's really going to care. No one's going to go in chat and ask me to do certain things. I mean, that'll happen sometimes, but it's something where you can usually get away with doing whatever you want. With Medic, if you pick Medic, you're kind of just expected to fit this role, you know? It kind of like, and I feel like Heavy might also sort of have this as well, where it's like, Heavy and Medic, I feel like, are two of the classes where in casual, whatever servers, you're kind of just expected to fit a certain role, I guess, pretty well, whereas other classes you can just, like, do whatever. Like, I have some series where it's just, like, I'm just messing around in random casual servers, and no one usually cares. But then the one time I do the Battle Medic video that I did on this channel, I got, like, vote kicked, like, twice. Like, people were trying to kick me and stuff, which makes sense, to be honest. I was just blatantly not healing people. Kind of for the joke, you know, but at the same time, it's just you can't really get away with that as Medic. So I feel like that's the thing, is it's like when you pick Medic, you kind of have to fit a certain criteria, and I don't always want to do that, you know, when I play TF2. So that's, I think, why Medic is as far down as he is, despite me loving playing Medic and everything like that. But either way, those are my thoughts on the Medic as a whole, just sort of my unscripted rant about him. These are my thoughts as of now, obviously. Feel free to share your thoughts and stuff on him down below in the comments and stuff. And with that, I think that's about gonna finish this video up, so I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you all in the next video, and make sure to have a great day.